Hello there, Supatyo, dear friends of the Dhamma. Welcome back to the Dhamma school, the Dhamma of the Buddha, the teachings of the Buddha. In our last lesson, we explained the meaning of Sati. Appreciation of a thought object against the law of cause and effect and the principle of existential indebtedness. Yo Dhammo yo vinayo so bhasitap. And then my last question was, what is the meaning of Sati Patthāna? Patthāna means training the mind or mastering the mind. We must master our minds. But according to what standard or according to what criteria or according to what measure must we master our minds? According to the new measure introduced by the Buddha, Sati. We must master our minds compatible with the law of cause and effect and the principle of existential indebtedness. It is the meaning of Sati Patthāna. The process of mastering the mind must be fulfilled in four aspects, in Magadhi known as Kaya Kaya Anupassi Viharati, Vedanasu Vedana Anupassi Viharati, Chitte Chitta Anupassi Viharati, and Dhammesu Dhamma Anupassi Viharati. The Buddha expounded this process of Satipatthana in a total of 21 folds. So, what are the benefits of mastering our minds compatible with the law of cause and effect and the principle of existential indebtedness? I mean, what are the benefits of Satipatthana? There are 7 benefits. Pati icca san uppad. Pati icca generates, san causes, and results in dukkha. If we want to get liberated from dukkha, it is obvious that we must undo this corrupted cognitive process called pati icca san uppad. Icca means innate mental desire based on our past cognitive corruptions or past conditioning, in Magadhi known as asava. Pati means to integrate. We integrate with our innate mental desire because of our ignorance of reality, in Magadhi known as avidya. Then asava and avidya, past corruptions and ignorance. These two are the primary causes for our journey of existence. Asava and avidya, past corruptions and ignorance, are the two causes that we must eradicate to end this corrupted cognitive process called pati icca san uppad. What is the meaning of arahanthood? With absolute comprehension of 4 Arya truths, one gets completely liberated from ignorance as well as past corruptions. That purified mental state is called arahanthood. In other words, the attainment of Vijja Vimutti. Absolute liberation from avijja is called Vijja. That means absolute liberation from ignorance is called Vijja. Vijja means enlightenment. The absolute liberation from past corruptions or complete eradication of past corruptions is called Vimutti. The term Vimutti is made up of two words, Vi plus Mutti. Mutti means liberation. Vi means separation. But separation from what? Separation from mental impurities. Then Vimutti means absolute liberation from mental impurities. And Vijja Vimutti means absolute liberation from mental impurities accompanied by enlightenment. Vijja and Vimutti, they are two phenomena. In other words, Panya Vimutti, absolute liberation from mental impurities accompanied by wisdom. The state of Vijja Vimutti is elaborated as 7 benefits of Sati Patthāna. So, what are these 7 benefits? The Buddha proclaimed, Ekayano ayam bhikkhave maggo sattanang vimuttiya. Bhikkhave means practitioners. Maggo means the path. Ekayano means one and only. Practitioners, this is the one and only way. Sattanang vimuttiya. Satta. Generally, Satta means sentient beings. But Satta means self-created condition due to the personalization of 5 constituents of the corrupted cognitive process known as Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara and Vijnana, generally known as 5 aggregates of attachment. Satta Nan means ending that self-created condition. Vimutti, absolute liberation from mental impurities. Then, practitioners, this is the one and only way to absolute liberation from mental impurities, ending the self-created condition due to the personalization of the 5 constituents of the corrupted cognitive process. And then, Soka Paridevanam Samatikkamaya. Soka means sorrow. Parideva means lamentation. Soka Parideva Nan means ending sorrow and lamentation. Samatha means samato, calming down, tranquilizing. Samatikka means exceeding the samato. Ma means to release or to be liberated. Then, ending sorrow and lamentation through liberation that exceeds conciliation. Even before the Buddha, people practiced many samatha meditative techniques and they achieved Ceto Vimutti. Ceto Vimutti means liberation accompanied by purification of emotional domain. But the Buddha introduced Vipassana to eradicate the causes for sorrow and lamentation exceeding conciliation. Practically, samatha purifies our emotional domain, but Vipassana purifies our cognitive domain. And then dukkha domanassanang attangamaya. Dukkha means physical pain. Domanassa means psychological pain or distress. Dukkha domanassa nan means ending pain and distress. Attangamaya. Atta means self. Attanga means possessiveness and personalization. Ma means to release or to be liberated. Then, ending pain and distress through liberation from possessiveness and personalization. Generally, people who are inept in the Dhamma possess and personalize pain and distress to entertain their psychological intoxication or psychological exuberance. And then, Nyayassa Adhigamaya. Nyayassa means association or attainment of supreme knowledges. Adhigamaya means enlightenment or purified mental stages of enlightenment. In other words, absolute liberation from ignorance. And then Nibbanassa Satchikiriyaya. Satchikiriyaya means realization. Nibbanassa, association or attainment of Nibbana. Nibbana, ending raga, dosa and moha bondages. So let's recap 7 benefits of Satipatthāna. Practitioners mastering the minds compatible with the law of cause and effect and the principle of existential indebtedness is the unique way to absolute liberation from mental impurities, ending the self-created condition due to the personalization of 5 constituents of the corrupted cognitive process. And then ending sorrow and lamentation through liberation that exceeds conciliation. And then ending pain and distress through liberation from possessiveness and personalization. And then attainment of enlightenment with supreme knowledges and absolute liberation from ignorance. And finally, attainment of absolute purity through liberation from raga, dosa and moha bondages, or absolute emptiness of raga, dosa and moha. In other words, ragakkayu, dosakkayu and mohakkayu nibbananti. So these are the 7 benefits of mastering our minds, compatible with the law of cause and effect and the principle of existential indebtedness. Now the question is, how long must one practice Satipatthāna to attain these 7 benefits? Practically, it depends on our meditative method. The Buddha assured a compliant practitioner attainment of these 7 benefits in a minimum of 7 days and a maximum of 7 years by practicing samatha and vipassana meditative methods. We already know that there are 3 meditative methods based on samatha and vipassana. The first one, forerunner samatha followed by vipassana. The second one, forerunner vipassana followed by samatha. And the third one, samatha in tandem with vipassana. In fact, Satipatthāna Sutta explains the application of samatha in tandem with vipassana. And there is another method called Dhamma Uddacca Vigghahitan Manasan. Through this method, it takes a minimum of few hours and a maximum of 7 nights to achieve these 7 benefits of Vijja Vimutti. So my next question is, how can we get into the practice of Satipatthāna? In Dutiya Bhikkhu Sutta, the Buddha proclaimed that Ānapāna Sati Samadhi Bhikkave Ekadhammo Bhavito Bahulikato Chattaro Satipatthāne Paripureti. Chattaro Satipatthāna Bhavita Bahulikata Satta Bujjange Paripurenti. Satta Bujjanga Bhavita Bahulikata Vijja Vimuttin Paripurenti. Practitioners, continuous and relentless practice of this unique phenomenon, Ānapāna Sati Samadhi, fulfills the 4 aspects of Satipatthāna. Then, continuous and relentless practice of the 4 aspects of Satipatthāna fulfills 7 Bojjhanga. 7 Bojjhanga means 7 facets that co-arise with the eradication of defiled mental properties. And then, continuous and relentless practice of 7 Bojjhanga fulfills Vijja Vimutti. Absolute liberation from mental impurities accompanied by enlightenment. The practice of this unique phenomenon, Anapanasati Samadhi, fulfills the four aspects of Satipatthāna. Then the four aspects of Satipatthāna fulfills 7 Bojjhanga. And then 7 Bojjhanga fulfills Vijja Vimutti. That means one who practices Anapanasati Samadhi ends up with Vijja Vimutti. So according to the word of the Buddha, Anapanasati Samadhi is the unique phenomenon that we need to practice to attain Vijja Vimutti. Practically, Anapanasati Samadhi empowers and fulfills all 37 supportive factors to eradicate defiled mental properties. In Magadhi known as 37 Buddhipakkhiya Dhamma. So what are they? In Magadhi known as Chattaro Satipatthāna, the 4 aspects of Satipatthāna. Chattaro Sammappadāna, 4 supreme efforts to be liberated from sun causes. Chattaro Iddhipada, 4 bases of mental power. Pancha Indriyani, 5 supramundane faculties. Pancha Balani, 5 supramundane powers. Aryo Attangiko Maggu, 8 factors of supramundane Aryo eightfold path. And finally, Satta Bojjhanga, 7 Bojjhanga. 7 facets that co-arise with the eradication of defiled mental properties. Now, it is necessary to point out that without practicing this unique phenomenon, Anapanasati Samadhi, introduced by the Buddha, it is impossible to empower the 4 aspects of Satipatthāna, 7 Bojjhanga, or any other supportive factor in a manner that fulfills Vijja Vimutti. Anapanasati Samadhi is the unique phenomenon that empowers and fulfills all 37 requisites of Vijja Vimutti. Now the question is, how can we get into the practice this unique phenomenon, Anapanasati Samadhi? All right, let's continue our discussion in our next lesson. Supatveva, everyone.